Okay, this screencast deals with correlations. So this is handout 1. Let's scroll down here, get to our correlations table. Now there are 3 other screencasts I talk about. I used to require students to interpret more correlations. So those screencasts are just if you want to look at another set of explanations about correlations. But for you, all you're required to interpret is the correlation between your independent variable and dependent variable. So let's say that my independent variable is how much your peers get drunk, and the dependent variable is how much you got drunk. Let's say my hypothesis is the more your peers get drunk, the more you get drunk. Well, first thing you want to look for, you're looking at this number right here. This is the correlation between peer drinking, that's what the P means, peer drinking, and your own drinking, respondent drinking. Respondents are the people who took my survey. So the number you're worried about is right here. Look for, is there an asterisk? I don't care if there's 1 or 2 or 3. If there's an asterisk, that means there's a significant correlation. So let's say that this is your output and there's no asterisk. What that means is the independent variable is not significantly related to the dependent variable, and your hypothesis is wrong. No asterisk, take it to the bank. Your hypothesis is wrong. But there is an asterisk here. Well, there are 2, but there's an asterisk to deal with. So what that means is the independent variable, peer drinking behaviors, does have a significant effect on your own drinking behavior. Now, is it like you said in your hypothesis? That's what you have to find out about. So if there's no asterisk at all, then the independent variable isn't significantly related. Your hypothesis is wrong. If there is an asterisk or 2 or 3, then there's a chance you're right. But again, if the asterisk means that these 2 variables are significantly related. But does that mean the more your peers drink, the more you drink, or the more your peers drink, the less you drink? That's what you have to find out. Don't just presume a positive number means more they drink, the more you drink. It could be, but don't just presume that. I'll go back to your coding. So let's go back up here, look at the coding. So for my variables like drinking, here's how they were coded. Now, so both this variable and that variable were coded the same way. And they're both coded on this scale of 1 to 4. 1, I never drink, 2, rarely, 3, occasionally, 4, frequently. So the way you start interpreting a correlation where there is no dichotomous variable, both of these are on a scale of 1 to 4. So what you want to say is, as this variable increases, how does that variable change? So as this variable increases, well, what does that mean for this variable to increase? It means increase in terms of the number. So as this number goes up, what does it mean for that number to go up? Frequently. So as this increases, or the more frequently your peers get drunk, how does this change? This is a positive number, okay? You will either see this or that. You'll see a positive number or a negative number. This is a positive number. So as this variable increases, this variable also increases. How do I know? Because this is a positive number. So your starting point is always, as your independent variable increases in value, figure out what that means. Well, in my case, the way this variable is coded is a higher value means doing it frequently. So the more my peers got drunk, since this is a positive number, that means the more people said they got drunk. If this were the number, what I would say is the more your peers got drunk, the less you got drunk. That's what that negative sign would mean, because that would mean this goes down. All a correlation does is it looks how each respondent answered each pair of questions. In this case, the pair of questions is, did your peers get drunk? Did you get drunk? And so if the number is negative, what that means that the trend is people who had a higher number here had a lower number here, or vice versa. If for a lower number were here, there'd be a higher number here. But because this number is positive, what that means when people answer the questions, if they tended to have a high number here, they had a high number here. And again, I know I say it a lot, but you have to go back to the coding. What does a high number mean? Frequently. So it's a positive correlation. So as the peer drinking behavior goes up or becomes more frequently, the people who took my survey, the respondent drinking went up or was more frequent. So how do you interpret this right here? As you scroll back down, the more your peers get drunk, the more you get drunk. In the next screencast, I'll look at a correlation where we're looking at a variable that is dichotomous, like sex.